Hello viewers and welcome back to our Let's Play of Legions of Ashworld. So, inside the last episode, I think we had a few developments here and there. Namely, it would seem as though, I believe, Turkog's troop over here had unfortunately suffered quite a few losses just at the very end of our video. And in the meantime, we've been moving into the south and we managed to convince Nuria over here to join up with our cause. So there were a few good things, there were a few bad things, and oh, that's right, yeah, over here inside Siam, I think this independent kingdom, not allied with us, but at the same time not allied or even fighting the empire over here, was, I believe, conquered, which is rather unfortunate there. So, anyhow, moving forwards from our current positions, we have two big armies, so I think we're fairly safe for now, at least at the current raiding parties, but I've been thinking about the strategy behind our plans here, and it might be very well worth it to send a raiding party or of sorts perhaps behind the enemy's lines here. The reason being is that as we've seen with our scouts over here, there are, well, let's terribly big armies inside the lands of the empire over here. Its keeps, or at least the border keeps, seem to be very, very underprotected with very, very small garrisons here and there. Oh hey, Turkog's still alive, so we'll try to retreat him, but he'll probably die during the little retreat action there. So with that said, I'm thinking, you know, perhaps it might be worth our time to send in some party up here to do some raiding. A small band of troops armed with perhaps a lot of supply wagons and in general a few siege equipment pieces as well, seeing as how I don't believe they slow you down. So yeah, that is one possibility. And well, with that said, we might pursue it, but at the same time we might not. I think another plan is to just, of course, try to fight a more conventional war. Starting off, we need to really get rid of this troop right here. And would you look at that, suffered 73 losses. They happened to carry 300 and were rather close to 400 gold pieces with a few extra items. So we'll take these and we'll just really go with it, seeing as how that just effectively replenishes all of the losses right there. And as some of you guys may have noticed, I mean, the marketplaces on average, oh hey, we have one for group attack and one for group defense, so that'll be pretty useful as well. As I was saying, on average it looks like the marketplace seems to refresh or restock right around 200-ish soldiers per turn or per day, and roughly half of that inside cavalry numbers. Right, so currently I don't think things are too bad, although, as you can see, I actually really like how the AI plan is done here, or rather how the map settings work towards this plan. This mid-mount area is actually perfect for this flanking attack coming from these valleys and locations and stuff and such like that. So next turn we're probably going to lose this garrison inside mid-mount. And the thing is that I'm thinking about moving our army here inside Sunglade to go up there, but at the same time, not really sure if the enemy will, say, come around the sides to get us. So, you know what, here's what I'll do. I'll go to the market here, and we'll purchase some troops and some supplies as best as we can. Oh, I see, they're at the maximum amount of people. And I'm going to see what we can do furthering that, because it would be really nice if we could actually grab all of these forces and just send them upwards to the war effort. But at the same time, that would risk open up our flank inside this area right here. So what I think I'll do in that regards is that I'll send the small force upwards and I'll see what we can do with them in the meantime. And I think I'll get him to come over here to this little housing block to heal up for a bit, and I'll just send this person with the passage map, another item that we've gained last episode, which is apparently some sort of map to some sort of like giant encampment. That should be pretty helpful for us. So we'll send them down there. That should be, I'd say, a fair amount of time away. And in the meantime, what we'll do is that we'll just try to hold off these enemies, I guess. Now, over here, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start to build some siege equipment, because during offensive actions, trying to take over those keeps, of course, a lot of those will definitely help out. Right, and over here we've accumulated, look at that, just a puny amount of gold coins in Emerald City itself, and in general, I mean, as you can probably tell, the gold income is never really going to match up to what you're going to get just taking off enemies and in general raiding for things, but hey, that's of course part of the game's strategical elements there, so you can't just say farm enough coins until you can win there. Right, so I think we've, yeah, we moved all of these people. This guy can still move, and he is the person with the treasure map, so hopefully he'll be able to fund, or rather find a large portion of jewelry like he did right here. And that should also be another easy source of income, so overall, I think, yeah, this turn is pretty much over. These guys have 2 people around them. Actually, no, they're already inside a keep with a quite a sizable amount of gold, actually. So I'm gonna see whether or not they can buy anything here. Doesn't look like it. There's no town. Well, no, there's one town far away, but I think, yeah, that's the area where the enemy has a group in. So I think we'll just have to end the turn here and move on to day number 21. So let's see what happened here. Yeah, it looks like they've attacked a mid-mount's garrison inside the fortress of Ethratuk over here, and going up against that 3,000 men. It looks like that was just a defeat in general. And speaking of defeats, we will actually probably run inside this area as well. That is quite a large army coming over here to this garrison. So we're going to strip the garrison, let them have this land, because I think the troops are more valuable than the tiny amount of gold income it generates. And we'll get these guys to flee as best as they can here. Now, I'm not really sure again how far the enemies can move here during one turn, and I bet that depends on their troop composition amongst other things. So I think we'll just try to move as far as away as possible away from them and really hope for the best over there. I'll get this guy to move on top of the mountains. It's apparently a very strenuous trip, so he can only move 1 tile's worth of locations really there, so he'll do that. We'll send a envoy inside this area, and likewise over here. And this wizard can move pretty fast by themselves. And ooh, there's actually a whole hidden section of the map to the south, and I bet to towards the east as well, seeing as how we seem to uncover it as time goes on. Oh, I see. All we had to do is just go through this passage and go into this zone over here. No, I thought it was going to be some sort of a scripted event that would only happen if you had, say, this map right here. Right, so that'll be that. Now the real question here is, how are we going to defend Faria? Because putting garrisons I don't think would be the right plan. That just invites them to take to the offensive. But at the same time, we can't really do too much inside this situation either. I think the best thing to do would be to just give the troops some rest. I'm going to see whether or not I can regroup this army. Namely, I want to split off a scouting force, and I want to see whether or not we have any items that, say, promote speed inside a group. Because if we have those, we can hopefully... No, we do not. Are there any on the marketplace then? There we go, group speed 70. And the reason I want to grab one of those is just simply because we can use one guy as a really, really fast scout, and we can get, hopefully, this person, hopefully a wizard as well, actually. The thing about wizards is that, of course, they can heal themselves, making them really, really helpful in keeping their strength high, and of course that keeps their movement high, so it looks like we have one here. So, speaking about that, we will buy that group speed thing. Oh, damn, it costs 72. And we'll see how this goes, really. Because, yeah, the main thing here is just gathering intelligence about the enemy. So we'll send this person out, and we'll use them as our eye over here, namely checking up on this mountain path, seeing as how, yeah, the enemies seem to really, really enjoy bringing troops over here. So keep this guy, she, or, you know, person over here, this girl, on station. Just check out that army when it approaches, and in the meantime, the thing I'm thinking about is whether or not this army will, say, go for a garrison, which is of course easily taken, or alternatively this army, and I'd have to say the army is more valuable there. So that's one thing. And it looks like, yeah, that is pretty much all of our movements for this tile. Over here, I wonder how much cash this garrison has already made for us. Up here, evidently, I mean, it isn't making any coins as well. Well, no, there's a big stack of 500 on the ground. That's probably from battle, though. But apart from that, it looks like that will be turn number 21. Or no, I should probably check up on our scout here as well. We'll heal him up. It uses 30 minutes of time, and it definitely recharges pretty fast. And this will allow us to check up on these garrisons. So 200 people here. That's not bad, but it's not great, mind you. And I see one more in the north east corner of the map here, so I'm going to check that one out too. And it looks like, going off of the picture here from a point of view perspective, that area is actually empty. But hey, you never know. So that is that. And that will be yet another turn. So let's see what is going up inside this area. Right, so first and foremost, check up on this guy's charisma, march him in here, hopefully recruit this guy, see what happens. Yep, this person joined our cause, so that's good. And it looks like there's some sort of wizard living inside a hut here, or an abandoned temple, so hopefully there will be some interesting items and things there. In the meantime, I want to see what it is actually over here inside this area as well. So yeah, it looks like we can only move 2 tiles there. That P area seems to be part of this weird, I'd say, dunes-esque terrain. It might be desert, it might be something else. We can check that real fast. Yeah, it seems to be some sort of like really ashy sand location. So yeah, that's that. And, well, no, I think it said something about it being stone cliffs. Yeah. So if you didn't have the map, you couldn't even access this area at all. Or perhaps you could go around it, that might be also an option. But going back to the game, it looks like this army over here is going for my forces here. You know what? Again, we do require some scouting, so I think I'll just detach the major force here, carrying all that gold to buy some troops. And I'll get this wizard to heal up firstly, and I'll see whether or not we can perhaps locate that big army and figure out where it's going. So right, it has 3,000 troops. I'm gonna take a quick glimpse at the fortifications. There's another, it looks like the AI is now using stacks of 200 troops to protect its locations. And that might be consistent up here as well. So we take a look at it, this one only has 100. And in general, the purpose of this is just simply finding out where we can strike at the enemy, and hopefully enacting a few movements to put that into practice. Because, I mean, assuming that the AI doesn't cheat, it's grabbing a lot of its gold from, of course, its own kingdom here. It's obviously assembling that gold inside some sort of area to spend it. And with that said, we should be able to use that to our advantage, hopefully. And again, that might, however, be under quite a few how you call assumptions there, assuming that the AI doesn't cheat its way through those. Now this is quite, yeah, this might be quite an issue though. We see quite a large army over here, and I'm not really sure what those 12B things are. It might be the siege equipment that they're carrying though. So yeah, that is one really big army heading to Emerald. And I guess this is the importance of gathering all of this intelligence, as you can see here. It definitely helps us figure out what's going on, namely where things are going on in. So I think what I'll do here is that before we make any moves with our secondary army down here, and I think Sunglade is what it's called, we'll check out some of these other mountain passes. And currently, I'm thinking if we delay battle in the area of Emerald, we'll be able to send up the second army. And we should be able to link up the forces, get right around, I think, 14,000 troops, somewhere right around there. And that should give us an edge over this army, and we should be able to destroy it at that point. So in general, that's what I'm thinking right now. And currently, I mean, our guys are going down here to gain some apparently really powerful giants, as well as over here, getting those, of course, those jewels, which are also quite invaluable. So we'll see what happens. Here's what I'll do for now. I'll get the big army over here. This troop is actually filled up, so I'll attach a supply wagon there. This is a completely filled up troop. I can send this to the front to reinforce right away. I'm gonna get Cat over here to wait for the supplies to arrive. I'll build him a supply unit as well, so he can hopefully carry some things later on. But I'll send this band off, I'll send this band off, and we'll send them up to the garrison here. Link up with those 800 men inside this area, and hopefully go either to Emerald to reinforce them, or alternatively to over here to take out that army of approximately 3,000 guys. Right, so I think that is, yeah, that's our game plan right now. All of our guys are for the most part saved up, so I think we'll move up to day number 22, and let's see. Oh no, there's actually 2 battle casualties. Oh, yikes. That is rather unfortunate. Some lions managed to grab him. Yeah, as you guys may have noticed, I mean, the lions seem to be, or stone gorons inside this area as well. These seem to be just effectively magical beasts, and of course animals that can come out here and grab people. And you know what? I'm not too sure how to react to this. Yeah, because that has never happened to me before. I've never had one of these groups get nabbed up by those guys here and there. Speaking of which, there are more beasts here. But I think what has to happen for them to arrive is that they have to, of course, appear. And this area down here evidently seems to be some sort of maze. But I think those lions and things just have to spawn effectively on top of your guy for them to get napped up like that. It's rather unfortunate that two of our guys got the same fate there. And with that said, we did lose that jewel shipment though, which is quite troubling. Right, well, I mean, I could load up another save file and just re-roll it, but I think we'll go with it. And I mean, this is a hard game, and I suppose it penalizes you for, of course, splitting up those troops into 1-unit stacks, or rather 1-unit groups. So I think I'll just try to regain those jewels with a small force there. And in the meantime, I mean, we have a bigger war to fight inside the main area over here, so we'll send our guys up forwards. And I think... no, we didn't lose any people up here. I think the game said that we lost 2 people, but I'm not sure where that had happened is the thing. Oh wait, no, we did lose one guy over here, the thing to the stone goron type of things. So that's not too bad. Right, so in that case, here's what I think I'll do. I'll put this wizard person in the keep for now. That should make sure that they're safed up inside this area. Over here, I'm still going to check out a few more fortresses. Namely, I think there's a few interesting bits over inside this area for us to check out as well. So I think I'll see what is available up here. And moving from there, yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, it's those losses were definitely troubling is one thing. Over here, I think we'll just get Ada over here to go to the market and stock up on some manpower, really. So we'll do that. Where else? Where else might we have a few problems? And inside Emerald, nice and proper, what can we do here? Let's see whether or not we can perhaps hire some more men, first and foremost. And secondly, go out of the fort here and see whether or not we can make, say, an offensive attack. Speaking of which, I'm going to see whether or not we can perhaps buy another one of these items to help us out. Doesn't look like there's anything particularly good though. Right, so I think we'll just get the ball moon here, send out a large group of troops, stack these guys up, charge them out. I'm gonna fight this 2,000 troop force first, hopefully take them out inside one swift blow here. Oh, they were only 1,600. Alright, fair enough. Take them out, take their cash, 34 gold coins, so that doesn't exactly, say, replace our losses, but it helps out, and we have reserves. Fighting up against that stack of 5,000 troops is the main thing, so I think I'll just get our guys to conserve their might as best as they can. And overall, yeah, I believe that'll be this turn as well. Now, this big army, on second thoughts, it might turn over here. So I think I'll get our guy to hide out inside this town instead. Now, is there anything else we can do? We can move this army back. And we can get them healed up. They also bring in quite a few gold coins. So if we take them into a town, we can also buy a few more troops. And I think that is really the full extent of what we can do here. So we'll see what happens. I think that message said something about a few battles, but nothing too major. And let's see what we have here. 3 army stacks, 2 approximately 1,000 troops. The other are unknown. That's quite troubling, actually. That's a very large force, to say the least. Hopefully right now I just want to grab these gold coins and these jewelry pieces. And I'm gonna see whether or not we can yeah, I think what we'll have to do here is we'll have to get Adel's forces to make a bit of a run for their lives and abandon that keep. And I'll get them to fall back. I'll see what we can do about taking refuge inside one of these towns. And in general, I think I'll get this force to join them as well. The main thing here is that with their combined forces, I highly doubt that they have more than one of their backstacks has more than, say, 1,000 people in it as well. So hopefully that'll be a fighting force enough to take them on. And inside the meantime, let's check out what is going up over here. I think we'll just go up around the map in like such here. Speaking of which, we'll buy some more troops to reinforce our guy over here, Sanhib. And we'll send him forwards. And we'll get these guys to merge up with him. We'll merge them next turn when I guess they have the same amount of movement points or action points present. So overall, I mean, here I think we've secured our flanks, at least temporarily. They could try to bypass us through this southern wilderness area, but I don't think it's very likely. Mid-mount is still unclear. I think it's for intents and purposes currently just a neutral bit of territory. And this might be a problem. I had originally thought that there was some sort of passage through this area, but it looks like we'll have to go around. So I guess that'll be next turn's task, seeing as how this turn we can't do much more than that. And in the meantime, let's see how this big battle turns out. Or no, we actually get the option of attacking here. So let's see. 5,000, close to 6,000 troops of our own are meeting the enemy here. The enemy have... let's see... what is this? Here lies... oh, I see. They have... the enemy is actually meeting us with even numbers inside this battle. In that case, I think I'll retreat. I'll go to the market. Let them tire themselves out with more, in general, moving around and doing stuff. And I'll see whether or not we can build a larger forest just off of course, our remaining gold reserves here, and offer battle next time when our guys are well rested. Right, so I think that'll be the actions for... well, no, not just yet. That'll be most of our actions for that turn. In the meantime, we have to, I guess, play more of this mage maze game thing and figure out where Shoredale leads. Looks like it's actually just one far away city over there, so I think that'll be an easy pickup. And see which, or rather, what allies we find over there. This is actually a really nice defensive location. There's only one way in, technically. And in general, it's really fortified. So it looks like that is status for the war for now. So let's see what happens. Battle casualties. So there's some fighting this turn. And let's see where that took place. Oh, I see they're fighting with 2 army stacks over here, and they've elected to try to take out my defenders. So between the 2 armies, it looks like one is leading. Yeah, both are leading right around 1,000 troops. So that's that. And oh yikes, that is going to be a major problem. An army of 4,000 guys. So with that said, we can get 2 of our guys, or 2 of our troops to link up here. I bet the marketplace back in Sunglade probably has more troops, but I'm under the impression that this village would also probably be a pretty good defensive location. I'm deciding what we should do here, because we have the option of recalling the army from going into mid-mount over here back to defend the Kingdom of Noria and the southern lands. But also, the Battle of this area is going to start soon. We have a small numerical advantage over the enemies over here, but nonetheless, that is going to be a hard-pressed fight as well. In general, I mean, the map situation isn't all too great, and these wizards do have striking spells, so you know what, I think the best idea here is to get these guys to try what they can in fighting this battle at Emerald. These wizards, of course, they can provide a little bit of combat strength as well. They don't only do healing. And that should just pretty much maximize our chances of winning inside Emerald there. And yikes, I mean, like, unfortunately, guys, as I've said, this is it's a very difficult game, and with that said, the developer did, of course, post that notice where it's, chances are is that you probably won't win the first few rounds that you play, which is, of course, what we're doing here. So I think that does really force our hand for now. We'll have to pull these guys back. And we'll see whether or not we can hopefully defend Sungate better than here. And even at that, we might be able to flee the battle over there as well. But in the meantime, we can hopefully link up with these guys over here, the Lord of the Giants. And let's see, yeah, they'll join us. Speaking of which, they have 1,500 warriors, and apparently these giants are really, really good. So hopefully those people will help us out quite a bit, and they're in a very, very isolated location. And evidently, I mean, yeah, they also have a lot of supplies with them as well. They don't seem to get very much in terms of gold. But I'm gonna guess that those giants are pretty good at battle. Yikes. I mean, I think we'll just have to let those battles commence over there and see what happens, really. Hopefully we win the battle in Emerald. But right now... I think we just have to go with it here. And inside this area, I think we'll just flee from that 2,000 troop army, hope it disappears next turn. And overall, I mean, Nori over here should be safe for this turn. So here goes nothing. And let's see. Ooh, very, very even fight. Just trading blows over here inside Emerald. Let's see, we didn't lose any commanders, so we still have the mages. That is very, very good. That means we'll be able to heal up there. Our troops are gaining experience, but then again theirs will also. And it looks like we lost 2,853. Not terribly bad compared to their numbers. They have a lot of these Goron things though, so those are probably pretty heavy troops. Yeah, it looks like those things alone, they only had about 8 and 4 of them, and they managed to do 200 kills or more there. but all of their infantry and stuff definitely lost quite a lot of people there. Yeah, I guess I think this battle will just have to continue. We won't attack them, so we'll let them try to attack the garrison or the fortress as best as they can, and really just hope that they bleed themselves out on the walls there. Right, so that'll happen on one front, and over here we'll see what we can do about getting the forces here back to Sungate and heal them up. Really, we'll keep the garrison there just to warn us of the approaching forces. And let's just really get these troops linked up. These guys are actually really low on strength, so I think we'll spend the next day healing them up. And now with the giants, what I think I'll do is that they have a lot of numbers, and evidently, I mean, it looks like they have quite a lot of strength as well. So I think we'll get this large giant army out, and we'll see what they can do in battle here. Namely, I'm going to use their coins, and I'm going to combine their forces here, and in general make them a stack here, like such. And we're just really going to equip them with, or rather buy some more giants here, equip them, and send them along their way here. Actually, no. Before we do all that, I'll search. Hopefully we can find something else here. No, I don't want that stone thing. I want to see whether or not we can perhaps find another treasure map. Doesn't look like we can, though. So in that case, we'll buy as many giants as we can, and we'll really just send these people out, see what they can do, and really hope that they can really smash some things up here for us. And I guess that'll be the giants over here. Right, so those troops have left. In the meantime, I might as well send this guy up towards the north instead of the south. The south is where the conflict zone is, of course. So I'll see what he can do here, bound just around different towns and all, and see what's up inside this northern region. And, well, I think we'll go one more turn and then just pretty much end off here. So let's see. So gradually less losses, and let's go back to that strategic map. Let's see. So two big armies are approaching here and there. This keep is well defended now, so that's not too bad. Over here, the army of 4,000 troops is appearing. And, well, over here, let's see. So we managed to cut them down quite nicely. Got rid of 86% of their troops to 47 of ours. And in general, we should be able to finish them off here with an attack. They also seem to have a wizard around with them, so they'll probably what is this? The army of Kabrak has been defeated, and Kabrak is dead. Without a leader, the remaining forces of Arath deserted the war. Well, I think that is technically the end of our Let's Play then. Because that was the Empire's royal army there. If you recall, the victory objectives was to take the town, or the city, the Empire of Arath's capital city, or their royal army. It looks like we struck, rather they effectively threw their leader at us, so technically we finished off their royal army here. And that's pretty much game, but bear in mind, I mean, that is on the easy difficulty, and no less, we were faced with a few dilemmas here and there as well. So it looks like that is the Let's Play, folks. So like evidently, I mean, the easy scenario took right around 27 days to play, and found some definitely intriguing and hard choices to deal there. And overall, I enjoyed this little bit definitely. So, I mean, leaving off on that note, I'll be playing a few more games during the summer here, and, you know, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this series. Currently, we're checking out a few games, namely Close Combat, Gateway to Keen, what's it called, Battle Plan American Civil War along with this, and Europa Universalis 4. So that's pretty much that inside the future. Actually, I'll put down a little vote. Do you guys want to see perhaps the Magic 2015 Duels of the Planeswalkers game, the introductory beginners level Magic the card game thing, or alternatively something a little more actiony, such as the recent released Jagged Alliance flashback type of thing there. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed the series once again, and be sure to like and subscribe, because that definitely helps me out quite a bit. But I'll see you guys next time, perhaps in a different game. Hopefully inside a different game.